Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm very quickly thrift flipping this shirt. The fabric is lightweight and kind of slippery, so I figured a simple project would be best way to go with this probably. I made an Elliot top on my channel before, so today I'll be altering the pattern a little bit to create slightly different one. So let's start. To alter the pattern, I first drew vertical line from the bottom of the bodice and then another horizontal one from the highest point of it, so they would cross each other like this. I went down 7.6 centimeters or 3 inches from there and I marked it. And then I drew in the neck curve. Then, to be able to have that bottom placket on the top, I added 4 centimeters or 1.6 inches wide rectangle to the center like this. First I cut some 3 cm wide stripes that I sewed together diagonally, cut the seam allowance off and ironed it. I used the bias tape maker to press the edges in like this, and I folded it in half and ironed it again just so it would be easier to work with later. Bias should be maybe like 30 centimeters longer than the circumference of your neck so that you can tie it at the front comfortably. I folded the ends in and sewed it like this, so the end of the ties would look nice on the front of the top. For the sleeves, I first sewed a basting stitch on the curve of the sleeve between the 2 marks that originally weren't there, but I put them there since I wanted the puffiness mostly at the top of the sleeves. With right size kissing, I sewed up the sleeve sides. I made a mark at 1.2 centimeters and 5 centimeters above the hem all around the sleeve, and I folded the fabric in about 0.5 centimeter once to that first mark I made, and then again about 2 centimeters to that second upper mark that I made. Then I just pinned it and sewed 2 lines all around, leaving a gap unsewed. I pulled the elastic through, sewed the ends together, sewed up the gap, and since the seam allowance was fraying too much, I zigzag stitched it. I marked the dart legs on the wrong side of the fabric and sewed them first. I started at the widest point with the back stitch, but when I got to the tiniest point, I just made a couple of knots there and I ironed the dart down. Then here I marked where the bodice would end without that 4 centimeter rectangle that we added for the bottom placket, and I carefully folded the fabric in twice until I got to that mark like this. I sewed it down and this is what it looked like. With this done, pieces were ready to assemble. With right size kissing, I sewed up the side and shoulder seams of the top and I zigzag stitched the seam allowance too. Then it was time to add the sleeves, so I matched the body side seams and sleeve seams and I pinned it. I gathered the top of the sleeve as much as was needed so it would fit, and I sewed it all around. Then it was time for a bias tape, so I pinned the middle of the bias to the middle of the neck on the back bodice, just to make sure that the same amount of bias is hanging at the front of the top. I sewed it to the top right size kissing. Then I folded it over and sewed it again, this time starting at the very beginning with just a tie and continuing all the way around the neck to the end of the tie. This is what it looked like. To hem the top, I just zigzag stitched the bottom and folded the fabric in and sewed it. I marked the bottom placement, sewed buttonholes and added buttons. And this is the finished top. I don't have a ballpoint needle, so that's why I probably pulled some of the fibers out a bit here around the bottom placket. But other than that, I think it turned out nice. And that's really it for today, guys. I'll be making a patchwork jacket in the next video, so don't forget to tune in for that. And if you guys liked this video, then like this video, write your suggestions down below, and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!